On the Rave!
Hi, this is Mark Archer from Alternate.
Hi, this is Ian from Dream Frequency.
This is Slipmatt, and you're in tune to the On the Rave.
On the Rave.
On the Rave!
Podcast.
Watch your bass fins, I'm telling you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am the 11 dread shedding because of being a bloody chef Gav.
And I am, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, and I'm feeling alright like. I'm Addie.
And he's shouting already 12 seconds into the podcast.
Well, you haven't got batteries for the megaphone, so I've got to be extra loud today.
Hey, I donated those batteries to a child who needed to play with their Christmas kit on Christmas Day.
Well, this child needs to play with his air horn right now,
well,
and it's not on.
That sounds
Pa, 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 pa.
That sounds about that right. That sounds about right. Well, first of all, hello to everyone. It has been a while. Sorry,
it has been a little
the
while.
pair of us have been so hectic over Christmas that we've not had a chance.
Busy boys.
Yeah, but we're all back to normal schedules now, and all the guests are about to start rolling.
Rolling.
They're about to start rolling. But let's get this podcast rolling. But not with fucking weird Limp Bizkit / The Undertaker vibes, Addy. Let's get rolling the way we always get these podcasts rolling.
Bit of Ravers choice.
A little bit of Ravers, a little bit of the Ravers choice. And Ravers choice today has been picked by people who are officially corroborating with a local festival.
And who's that, Gav?
Well, let's draw it out a little bit longer and play the actual track and reveal it afterwards.
Alright, let's do that.
Let's do that. The track that's been selected is
Shades of Rhythm, Sound of Eden.
Let's go.
Here's another chance for you to dance for me. Here's another chance for you to dance for me. Here's another chance for you to dance for me. Here's another chance for you to dance for me. Here's another chance. Here's another chance. Here's another chance for you to dance for me. Here's another chance. Here's another chance. Here's another chance for you to dance for me.
stands out from the rest. That girl has qualities I've never seen. Every time I see her, every time I see the girl, every time I see her, every time I see the girl, every time I see her, every time I see the girl, every time I see her, every time I see the girl, she leaves me breathless. No one could take the place of you.
On The Rave podcast is available absolutely everywhere to download, and you can get in touch with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/On The Rave. You can find us on Twitter @On The Rave. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/On The Rave. We are on Instagram.
That's my favourite one then.
Where you can find us on the rave with Addie and Gav, where you can see pictures of what Addie's been doing during the week.
Shenanigans.
We are powered by Podbean
And fueled by Basement
Don't
Snaxx.
forget that you can go into Ridley Place, wander down that spiral staircase and scream at Dom's
On The Rave.
and she will give you 10% off all of your cookies and snacks. Oh,
goodness.
It's good. Oh, it's good. I fucking love that tune.
Yeah,
Eddie.
there is none better, really.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just one of those party. It's those party piano tunes that are
It's
just
one of the-
so popular.
It's one of the ones that you just drop and you just see people like, yes!
Speaking about
People
seeing
going
people
yes.
going yes.
We're going to be seeing a lot of them people, aren't we?
Oh, we are. Here at On The Rave, we love bringing you exclusives, any exclusive that we can get for you, and we've pretty much got the cream of the exclusives at the minute to reveal for everyone. So, it's about time that we stop teasing and tell everyone what the fuck is going on.
However,
We are going to be working very closely again this year with Lindisfarne, but to a different sort of level.
Lindisfarne will be officially this year on the Rave, Gav.
Absolutely. We're teaming up with Sandy Duff, brother of the podcast, Sandy, and we are actually going to be bringing you presentation on the Rave on the Saturday night at Lindisfarne this time round. So
the
the
guests
stage,
are going to be stacked.
they are absolutely stacked, and we can reveal one of the headliners right now for everyone before it's gone up anywhere else.
We've
Yous
already
are
played the
hearing
track.
this. We are. Who is it, Addy?
Shades of Rhythm.
Yeah, Shades of Rhythm are going to be headlining that night.
They're going to be doing some sort of a loose, exclusive live set.
Yeah.
Or so Sandy was led to believe.
Yeah, so Shades of Rhythm are going to be on the Rave at Lindisfarne, as well as us, and as well as maybe one of you.
Because we are officially going to be doing a DJ competition for so all you DJs, keep an ear out, because we will be bringing the details in the next couple of weeks of how you enter and set lists and times and all them good information that you need.
That's right. So for any hot exclusive on the Lindisfarne Festival, keep your ears tuned in to us here.
All
at
Rave DJs.
On the Rave. Yeah, all Rave DJs.
No styles excluded.
Nah, we're like bang together a half an hour set, send it to us, we'll judge it, and someone is going to win 2 VIP tickets to the festival and
Get to play.
straight after these two feckin' idiots. So
Good luck with that.
yeah, massive chance. Good luck following us too, as Abba Gabba will tell you. But in any case, Addy, guess what?
What?
We've got another one of those guests in the studio.
It happens. It happens less frequently since Christmas, but it's happened.
It does, yeah.
It happened
has.
again soon, Ty.
I did, didn't it? And inevitably we would drag someone who to the deepest, darkest realms of Baker. And you're not actually from far away from here, are you? We're sat here talking with Julie Milkfist, amazing DJ name, by the way. And he's already giggling straight into his pillow. Julie, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
No problems. And you actually live not far from the studio, do you?
Yeah, at Shields Road I live with my boyfriend.
I bet you see some absolute sights on Shields Road.
Oh yeah, every day. It's pretty loud at night. Sometimes it's getting too loud to sleep, but it's exciting to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
Exciting is one word for Shields Road.
It is, yeah. Oh, the other day on my way down Shields Road, just the sights and sounds of Shields Road can sometimes really swing your emotions in the morning. I went down to go to Morrison's to get... I went to go and get some trainers from the post office and stuff like that, and I went down to Morrison's, and on my way to Morrison's I saw a homeless guy who was already drunk, drinking those pre-mixed cans of Jack Daniels and Coke.
It's classy.
He had loads of them in a carrier bag, and he was hurling abuse at the guy who was working for Scottish Power, which was hilarious. And then I decided to get a breakfast in the Morrison's cafe, and there was a gaggle of nanas causing a stink because they didn't have any full-fat mayonnaise. They only had packets of light mayonnaise, and all these nanas were absolutely doing their heading over.
It wouldn't happen my day. It wouldn't happen because you didn't have mayonnaise in the war, nana.
Well,
it was gone,
this is
rationed.
it. Yeah, and there was no flying starts at the Morrison's Cafe for you. Absolutely not. But yeah, the sights and sounds of Shields Road are just, that's
Priceless.
something to behold. Anyone who lives in Newcastle, just come for a day trip.
I'd go to the Ravey for a pint.
Yeah, or go and sit on the bench outside of Jackson's. That'll probably be the bar that all falls out in front of you, is it?
We're at Shirley's, so
Oh, it's Shirley's.
Proper-
The Shirley's Cafe.
proper grease spoon, yeah.
Yeah, it's a proper greasy. You know, you can go into Shirley's and get 2 vegetarian breakfasts for £5.
No
You
way.
can get 2 vegetarian breakfasts
That's
for
a bargain.
£5. They'll do you in a poly.
And if Shirley's wants to advertise on the podcast, she can come along and
That'd
fill
be
us up.
brilliant.
I
that'd be brilliant.
need a vegetarian breakfast. I've been eating those vegetarian Whoppers.
Have you been having the vegetarian Whoppers?
They're alright. Just taste like burnt, like the rest of the Burger King stuff does.
Oh, well, there you go. You know, it's authentic flame
Flame
grilled. Like, you got, you know, there is a way of saying burnt without
Yeah.
it meaning actually being burnt.
But yeah, tastes like all Burger King stuff.
Sound. Well, let's go on introducing Julie a little bit more. Seems
Well, no,
we
no.
got distracted by
Tangent
Shields Road.
around vegetarianism and nanas.
Yeah, that's it. Vegetarian nanas. That's it.
Fucking vegetarian nanas coming
those-
around here.
All the
Fucking
boomers.
looking for vegetarian mayonnaise when there's none. Bastards.
Well, full fat mayonnaise is what
Full
we
fat
wanted.
mayonnaise,
Full
oh.
fat mayonnaise. It would have been better if it was vegetarian, but I'm pretty sure mayonnaise is vegetarian in most examples.
I like.
It's
And
just
for
oil,
those
egg
nanas,
whites and
I'm going
vinegar.
to play some music that's going to kick them right in the cunt.
Oh, he's back. It's a new year. It's the same catchphrase, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I'm going to get it on a t-shirt for Linda's phone.
Oh, there we go. So let's talk a little bit of Julie. So Julie, where about everyone can probably hear that you're not from the UK?
No, definitely not a Geordie.
No, not a Geordie.
No.
No, you'll be an adopted one soon enough, pet. Don't worry about that. So whereabouts are you from? You're from Europe?
I'm from Europe. I was born in Bratislava, and then we migrated later on to Austria, and that's where I was pretty much raised for my whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did you find yourself in the UK?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, slightly mentioned,
Yeah.
I fell in love here with someone I met over Instagram. He's a very special guy, and that's how I found out about the north of the UK. Because for me before, it was just the south, a little bit of the Midlands, and Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the usual
Yeah.
outsider's perspective, and yeah, basically I got involved with, because I knew you already
Yes.
before. I was writing with you before, and I fell in love. Like it was destiny, kind of somehow, and I know more about Machina as well now. So
That's unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
I pass on my career
And
considering I can't even talk.
His
And-
commiserations.
That's the one, Gavin.
and Donk basically.
Oh,
so,
yes. Power dog.
and for the appreciation of Greg's, I probably also stayed.
Yeah, we all love Grace.
Yeah, but I'm pretty inspired by the North, and it's not as bleak as everybody says. It's actually pretty inspiring.
Oh, it's only the Southerners who reckon that it's bleak up north. It's lovely
Yeah.
up here.
And as the song says, it is brill up north.
It is.
It's
Absolutely,
brill up
bro.
north.
I love this city. There's something about coming back to this city that makes like all the hairs stand up.
Yeah.
When you're getting the train back up and you go over the first bridge and you can look and you see them all and you see the river. It's like, yeah.
And the graffitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes when there are little things on at how's it called? This venue at the Usborne. Clooney's, right?
The Clooney.
Yeah. And the opportunity to play small sets there and
Yeah.
to get involved with people and the small tech startup scene here. Because every tech company is kind of moving here now.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be. It's really inspiring. It's like for opportunity now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I think it's a very friendly area of the country,
Oh, most
Newcastle as
definitely
well.
is.
Yeah.
It's not like
And
going to London.
Some
where
of the
it's just-
friendliest people are up here are the people on the music scene as well, because everyone's in it for the shared love of the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as some of the scenes can be a little bit toxic, but we're not here to talk about toxic. We're here-
No.
we're here
Oh,
to-
can I play Society Suckers again just for Jamie?
No, you cannot. No playing songs for people anymore, Addie. Playing songs for the world. They all want to know. Oh, and speaking of the world, we totally just got a new patron that this episode is fully dedicated to. So a massive thanks to Anthony Cook, who is the latest to join the Front Right
Right,
Massive. He joined the higher tier. He joined the I Love You Newcastle tier.
I love you, Newcastle!
And that's ironic because we absolutely love you.
Newcastle.
We love Newcastle and we love you. Thank you for joining the crew.
And we'll be in touch very soon.
Yeah, we've been in touch. We've been messaging him today. What a nice
Super
bloke.
efficient, that Gav.
Yeah, well, it was like, wasn't it? You'd think they would finally had a day to spend actually doing podcasting.
Imagine that, having days off together.
And considering I'm the one that does the rotor at work as well, I'm not doing very well at this, am I?
No.
I'm making sure we'll have the same days off. Tell you what I am good at, though, making difficult segues into the next question in the podcast, such as that. Not going to get a rise off you for that one, Addie, am I? No, it was a horrible one. But let's start talking about all these musical questions. Julie's smiling and nodding. Let's start off with question 1, which is early influences. So, who played the music in the house? Who was it who like had the tracks on in the background? Was it the radio or was it records? What was going on?
The thing is, it was always basically my mom, which had the most flamboyant, extravagant music taste, because my granny was more into Elton John and my uncle was more of a mod ska kind of guy, which I also like. But my mom was highly influential on my musical taste because she was a new waver.
Ah.
Yeah, and there was always stuff playing like Duran Duran and Depeche Mode and Pet Shop Boys and all kinds of stuff in the new wave field, Boy George, and of course she also dressed up like that, and it fascinated me and it left a huge impact on me. Still until now, actually. I still listen to the same music. I've been listening to new wave ever since, and it's weird now being here and listening to all that music in the UK, because actually there's actually one of the from the Pet Shop Boys, the Neil Tennant is actually from here.
Yeah. He is?
Yeah, from North Shields, right? And yeah.
Yeah. And Sting from the Police.
Oh yeah.
He's from around here, and the Lighthouse Family.
And Ant Deck.
And Ant Deck. They can't forget Ant Deck. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be somebody else. There's got to be someone else.
What, from here?
Jimmy Neal.
Jimmy Neal.
Jeez.
How do we forget that? And you get what? Who else? Who's the mod? What they call Little Mix?
Well, it's only one of them or two of them, is it?
I don't know.
Cheryl Cole. We should need to wash our mouths out with salt
Don't forget Cheryl
without
Cole.
forgetting Cheryl Cole.
Cheryl, if you're out there and you're listening, we'd love to have you on the podcast, pet. Come in and tell us all about the rave music that you didn't listen to. That would be absolutely grand.
She definitely did. Had buckets around the back of the corner shops. Definitely.
I'd pay for that exclusive. We'll pay you to do the podcast if you reveal that you did buckets in the graveyard during school. That would be absolutely amazing. So, how did she play the music that was played out to you? Did she have her own collection?
She had like records, she had tapes, she recorded herself to have it with her in school.
Right.
And there was...
Like off the radio?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the only way basically to record it, and she also saved up for vinyl records sometimes, so I got to see those beautiful covers and in greater sound on the stereo. And I remember one moment where I got hold on one of the tapes my uncle and my mom were recording.
Uh-huh.
And my uncle wanted to play, I think it was the Specials, and my mom wanted to play something from Duran Duran or anything like that.
Yeah.
I remember, and they were fighting on the tape. You could hear it because it was recording. And then they said it was also in Slovak when they were arguing. And then they found a common ground, which was like Pink Floyd, because that was always okay for everyone. I still have that tape.
That's such a weird thing to record and then keep.
Yeah, it's actually keeping those bits and pieces. Like one of my mates, his brother used to have a tape of Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild, and he had a tape that he played all the time of that song, and he'd been a bit of a nasty lad, and his younger brother had nicked the tape, and in the middle of the tape pressed play record, so it was like Born to Be Wild, and the little boy goes, "You're horrible, you're stupid, you're horrible, you're stupid, I hate you, you're horrible, you're stupid," and then stops it, and it's like and it carries on the rest of the song. And I love the idea of the permanence of your tape getting damaged.
It's not like you can do that anymore, are you?
That's it. It's difficult with it.
It doesn't just take like a little bit of cell tape over the top corner that you can just go,
yeah.
"Oh, you're a daft cunt."
Yeah, just leave the little message for them. These days you'd have to like hack their YouTube and rickroll them,
Yeah.
but somehow have them pick the
Rip
one.
it. and then put it in and then upload it on their own account. It's too much bother. That's too much bother.
It's not the same as just dropping that little bit of bother on a cassette, is it?
No.
So, of all the stuff that they were listening to, which band sort of stood out the most to you? Or which bands?
Out of the whole realm of new wave, from the big ones, basically, there's always Depeche Mode and Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually also seeing them live. Depeche Mode for 3 times. Pet Shop Boys I've seen once in the Opera of Vienna.
Right.
With a laser show, and everybody was like dressed up like a friend of Elton John, kind of. Basically, it was looking...
Very flamboyant.
Yeah, it was the most flamboyant place I've ever been to was the Pet Shop Boys concert at the Vienna Opera, and with a laser show.
Yeah.
Everything sparkled. Everything was shimmery and glittery. It was beautiful.
That's amazing. That's cool. The other one I'd always like to see that are in the same mode as that is Erasure, because apparently they have these unbelievable live shows as well, but I've never actually managed to catch them.
So did Drew not go and see
I'd
them?
actually love to see that.
Yeah. I'll show you some Erasure. Erasure are brilliant. So I understand that you've picked a tune by the Pet Shop Boys. Why is it this? Do you want to tell everyone what tune it is and why it is you picked this one?
Yeah, sure. Out of all Pet Shop Boy tracks, and there are many anybody can relate to, I think.
Yeah.
I took this one because my mom was really a stunner. She was like a model type of woman, and she got even asked like to model, and she always refused. And when I always look at her old pictures, I think of that song basically, because it left a huge impact on me. The whole picture together, picturing her old self on the portraits she has, and all the fashion, all the flamboyance, and new wave playing.
Yeah.
Basically, that was always a big influence to me, and inspired me deeply ever since the early days.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love how much effect like that early music can really
Just
have.
ties
on
everything together.
It does. Yeah, it does. So the tune you've picked to play for everyone is called
Domino Dancing.
Let's go.
All day, all day.
Don't know why, I don't know how. Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. Seen you look at strangers too many times. The love you want is of a different kind. Remember when we felt the sun? A love like paradise, how hot it burned. Threat of distant thunder, the sky was red. When you want, you always turn every head. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. Thought that when we fought, I was to blame. Now I know you play a different game. I've watched you dance with danger, still wanting more. Add another number to the score. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. When you look around, you wonder, do you play to win? Or are you just a bad loser? don't know why, I don't know how. Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. I hear the thunder crashing, the sky is dark, and now a storm is breaking within my heart. Watch them all fall down. Domino dancing. Watch them all fall down. Watch them all fall down. Domino dancing. Watch them all fall down. Watch them all fall down. Domino dancing. Watch them all fall down.
There's now like a little bit of the Pet Shop Boys, and Domino Dancing's another one of those absolutely classic
Big tune.
tunes that they did.
Big tune.
Yeah, all the way back from 1988.
It's been a long time since I've heard it as well.
Yeah, on Introspective, the album, which had another few of the classics
The
on as
third
well.
one.
The third album.
Yeah.
There you go. She's done more research than I have, you know what I mean? Or do you just naturally know that in any case?
You know, I have their discography at home, like.
Right.
Well, yeah, I've been collecting all the missing pieces from my mom.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Feeling like continuing the challenge or the legacy.
Yeah, basically, but it's the most fun to listen to and to enjoy it together, basically.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's why you pick tunes like that. Well, let's scurry on into question 2.
Which is finding your own feet.
Yeah, cool. So after the music that your man played that influenced you in the house,
Yeah.
that give you this like new wave start to your musical journey,
Yeah.
what music did you start finding when you started looking for your own music?
As I grew up with a typical millennial, usually grew up with MTV, I guess, I suppose, because
Yeah.
we had our own version of it in German. Austria got basically German TV, so we got German MTV. And I always watched music videos. Also, on MTV2, there were even more music videos without all these reality TV shows.
Yes.
And there was something which just blew my mind, and it was the Gorillaz, because there was nothing like it. It was just a revolution to me, and I think a cartoon, perfectly illustrated band by Jamie Hewlett, the creator of Tank Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with a huge team of guest musicians as well, and a really versatile discography that just was absolutely amazing to me, and I've been getting into them so heavily ever since I've seen the music video of Clint Eastwood for the first time on TV.
Yeah.
I got a computer with internet set up. Back then it was still limited internet access, so you had like a certain amount of megabyte or gigabyte. I think it was.
And an old dial-up modem that made all the beeping noises. Or was it after them?
Oh yeah, you
America
couldn't be on
Online.
you couldn't be on phone. Meanwhile, no, I think you could be on phone. Meanwhile, with that one, it was just limited internet access.
Yeah.
And so the first thing I did was I downloaded the Gorillaz songs. Like I tried to find a few songs of them and Daft Punk and all the other stuff like from the 2000s wave.
Big artists from back then.
Big artists from back then, basically. But my favorite were probably from they were like a little bit more special. So I immediately typed in Gorillaz. Search for it on Bearshare, because that was the thing back then. Bearshare and LimeWare.
LimeWare is what I had.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting piracy, but
It's
maybe.
fun and cool.
Addie's talking about actually being a pirate. He's not talking about piracy.
Because I love rum.
He does. Rum drunk's the best drunk. There's now like pirate drunk.
Actually, on one of the covers for of Bloody Fist Records that there is. It's like support your local. I'm sure it says support your local pirate. Pirate old music. It's fun and cool.
There are even
Right.
political parties out there which I like call pirates
Yeah.
locally. I think as well locally.
Possibly. They're all pirates' political parties. A lot of them shambazzling things with their little pointy swords and stuff. But let's get back to the Gorillaz. I mean, the Gorillaz obviously is it's Damon Albarn from Blur.
Yeah.
And I just think that the stuff he did with Blur was amazing, but some of the stuff he's still doing with the Gorillaz now is just
He's just
on another level.
Just pulling all influences and just spitting it out in his own thing.
It's the way that it's such a big corroboration of all of these different artists. People like Del the Funky Homo Sapien,
Yeah.
who is involved in a lot of their tracks. Obviously, Clint Eastwood. It's Del the Funky Homo Sapien who's doing the rapping when it grows out, and even in the track that you've picked that we'll reveal in just a moment, it's Del the Funky Homo Sapien who had some huge hits as well back in the 90s. I mean, Mr. Bob Dobalina, it's a hip hop track, is absolutely massive. And then obviously you've got people like Roots Maneuver, because Roots Maneuver did tracks with them, and you've got Sean Ryder on the Dare video, and Jack Black's in one of the latest videos that they do, and what is that track they do? Saturn's Bars, which is amazing, sort of weird, grimy track, and they just do so much.
Yeah, it's
like the
very
music's
versatile.
so diverse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's so diverse. They've just got a bit of absolutely everything on every album they do. It just keeps you interested. And their stage shows. Have you seen the recording of one of their stage shows where Damon Albarn's behind a curtain and it's the shadow of him
I can't
playing the
remember.
piano?
I saw one when they did the first one. It was at like the Royal Albert Hall or something, and they had in the balconies like the puppets of the would pop up and they would be like playing their bits from around the
arena. Yeah. It's just bits like that just like it's a multimedia project. It's like it's a faceless music project, but it's just absolutely brilliant, and you feel for the characters as well.
It's definitely a band that I would really love to go and see. I bet it would be amazing.
It'd be an amazing experience, yeah.
Yeah, it's still on my list for sure.
Just little things about them, like Murdoch. You know, Murdoch, the character.
The Cockney accent, creepy bassist, yeah.
Who went to prison, and then he got replaced by one of the enemies from
Green Gang.
From the Green Gang, from
Powerpuff Girls?
Powerpuff Girls, there you go, yeah. And all of a sudden he was playing bass in the band, and it was like, what? So they did this like press release about how they've borrowed him from... It's just so clever. It's so clever the whole way around it.
Just giving a backstory to all your characters.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's just they're keeping the project rolling. You know? It's just some really interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
They're more real than some actual people out there.
Yeah, that's it. You got to think. I mean, did they inspire these Japanese and Korean artists, which are basically just anime dolls with synthesized voices dancing? Could they be one of the influences?
I'm not sure, but I've seen Jamie Hewlett posting some pretty juicy inspiration of his for his characters.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously fond of anime, and like I've seen him posting, I think, Akira, but also like Golden Age Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon stuff, Ren and Stimpy, of course, as well, and a lot of movies. So I think it's all a mix and match, and he gives and gets also inspiration. It's like a ultimate balance, like in the whole world of art. It always happens. It's also always a giving and getting, I think.
Yeah, like a full cycle thing, where what you put out as what do they call it? Karma. What you put out into the world will come back to you.
It's also like everything. There's also a cycle of what's in and what's out. It's like music and fashion and things. There's always...
It's all connected.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all interconnected, isn't it?
We're going very deep today.
We're going well deep. Well, before we get too deep, let's put a tune on for everyone to listen to, shall we? We're going to play some Gorillaz. Do you want to tell everyone which tune you've picked and why? What is it about the tune you've picked that made you pick it?
That was the first thing I downloaded on the internet. That was the first track I ever downloaded.
Right. Amazing. There you go.
And after many malwares, I got it.
After
and I really was happy about that one. It's Rocket by the Gorillaz.
Yeah. Amazing. Cool. Let's get it on then.
know you like that. You wanna try that? It's like a flashback, so shake your ass crack. I got the boss to rock the salsa, funk a blueser, any groove to make you move, cause taking you to another landscape is my mandate. I'm highly animated, even though I'm decomposing, so if your feet is frozen, I'ma die to see you open. MC rhyme and the DJ spin, I want y'all to just get down. Now while the MC rhyming and the DJ cutting, I want y'all to just get down. And when the MC rhyme and the DJ spin, I want y'all to just get down. Now while the MC rhyming and the DJ cutting, I want y'all to just get down. Tap your toes and clap your hands. Come on, trace the globe and shake your pants. Just twist your hip and do the dip. Come on, shake and bake, do whatever it takes. Gravitational pull, I have you making a fool out of yourself on the dance floor. Doing backspins, running man and more. Party down with vigor and candor. Come into the jam or look like a landlubber. And do the aqua boogie, win lots of goodies. Baby, pop the Gucci while the turntables is talking to me. It's awfully groovy, seeing all the treasure and the booty. And the MC rhyme and the DJ spin, I want y'all to just get down. Now while the MC rhyming and the DJ cutting, I want y'all to just get down. And when the MC rhyme and the DJ spin, I want y'all to just get down. Now while the MC rhyming and the DJ cutting, I want y'all to just get down. Tap your toes and clap your hands. Come on, trace the globe and shake your pants. Just twist your hip and do the dip. Come on, shake and bake, do whatever it takes. I wanna get down lower than Atlantis, going toe to toe with an enchantress. Get funkier than Funkadelic wearing Pampers, while you eggheads is on the wall preparing answers, sharing transcripts, while we over here dipping and dancing, rhythm romancing, wallflowers, giving no action, nope, all hours, chillin' and maxing, so relaxing. Opposites attracting, I'ma toss my hat in, lost when the track spin, like I'm on a crack bench, jiggling and wiggling, freaking booty, speaking to the cutie, so belligerent. No religion, just funk the feed on, you'll feel reborn. Negativity, we just dead it like decorn. Better lift your feet and just measure the beat on the pulse when it respawn. Tap your toes and clap your hands. Come on, trace the globe and shake your pants. Just twist your hip and do the dip. Come on, shake and bake, do whatever it takes.
Well, there you have it. That's a little bit of the Gorillaz for you, all the way back in 2001 from the self-titled album, That's Rock the House. And again, that's Del the Funky Homo Sapien on the main vocals, and that line just stays with you. When you've heard that song for the rest of the day, you're wandering around going...
It's super catchy.
It's an earworm, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's one of those ones that also reminds us of... you know when they used to have... adverts in cinemas, like in the middle of a song, they'll be like, "Let's all go to the lobby."
Yeah.
It's like it's more like one of those tunes. It's like very, very 70s adverts.
It's jingly.
Yeah,
that's like a jingle, isn't it? Like a jingle. Speaking about jingles, let's talk about the tingles that you get when you bring up your first rave memories. So
that's a good say. Well done, Gavin.
Oh, you see,
you're getting praise now.
Oh, there you go. Ones that deserve praise, I'll accept that. Let's talk about first rave memories then. So, do you remember the very first rave you ever went to, or like most people on the podcast, was it a hazy memory?
No, it's quite a striking memory, but it wasn't as I wished it to be.
Oh.
Yet it was still amazing.
Right, okay.
It's just where I come from, you have to take sometimes what you're getting, and that what you were getting around the time I thought was that's the thing to go to. I went to Angerfist, and it was
Right.
in a huge complex building. It was a pyramid, perfect sound, right in between Vienna and the suburbs, and close to the suburbs of Vienna, and next to a mall, and it was full of lasers. It was really loud, and suntanned, neon dressed Austrian charvas everywhere, basically.
What are Austrian charvas called? What's the local tongue for them?
It's we usually call them Kocher. We used to call them Kocher, at least because Kocher.
What does Kocher mean?
Kocher is like it's like it comes from krachen, and it means like banging. And it was basically chavs with their own type of music.
Yeah.
Like bang heads.
Yeah, they had like neon caps on, and they were listening to like banging tracks of any kind. They could be ravers, but they could also be listening to like really, really cheesy banging German hip hop. Like it could be anything.
Right. Okay. Oh well, that's good. It's
So
good to know.
so that's why I went to see Angerfist, and I danced my sneakers wound. They got holes in at the end of the night, but
that's a good dance.
But it wasn't the kind of thing I was into
At the time.
But I still had great fun anyway. It was just this high pitched new school sound is basically not so much my thing, but I had great fun nevertheless. It's the people which made it more enjoyable as well.
Well, that's it, yeah. Sometimes you can go to a rave where the music isn't the most suited to you, but the company and the experience and just the live vibe of being in that rave just makes it worthwhile.
Talking about every Bangface that we went to.
Oh, no, those first early Bangfaces were wonderful times with wonderful music. It did get repetitive, but hey, I'd go back in an instant. I could actually.
Hey, James Booker.
Yeah, James would be lovely doing on the rave set.
Yeah.
It would. Or Oregon Squatching set. Yeah, if you know,
Just
you know.
saying.
If you know, then you know. But yeah, so the tune you've picked wasn't from that night, or was it from that night?
No, not at all. Actually, I associate my first raving experience by entering a 3D avatar chat called I'm You, and it had like a club room with rave lights, and
Right.
there was a guy from Florida with his 3D avatar DJing, and I was there with a cute anime girl kind of Lolita character,
Right.
with glow sticks in my avatar hands, and I was like freaking out behind the computer, like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I had like the Bonkers compilations on my PSP I've got downloaded,
Right.
and I was losing it. It was a perfect kind of 3D avatar rave night that day. And ever since, I got hooked on that music.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big thing in the northeast. The Bongos things, the Bonkers banter, because it was just what the Charvas from this area were really, really, really into, and the Bonkers thing was huge for a while.
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
it,
I was DJing. I played at a Bonkers night in Newcastle for Judgment Day. There was a Judgment Day Bonkers thing, and I played with Sharky and Hixie a few times.
Right. And obviously people like Scott Brown's quite associated with the Bonkers, with Hades bits and pieces. And there was loads of big tunes that were dropped exclusively on Bonkers, on those Bonkers CDs.
Toy Town was their big tune.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Hixie and Sharky.
That's it, yeah.
Also Sharky, one of the best MCs ever.
Well,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Made me laugh.
Made you laugh. Yeah. Well, that's it. And those Bonkers CDs were a big part of our childhood. I know I was talking recently with a friend of the podcast, Tony T, who told us an interesting story about Bonkers CDs.
What's that guy?
Something about going into HMV and not paying for them and enjoying them a lot. Which is absolutely hilarious to this day. So
5-finger discount.
Yeah, 5-finger discount. But on Bonkers CDs, it's hilarious to try and sell them on to people. You know what I mean? Get them in and sell them on.
Keep
just
your mind alive.
Yeah, just to listen to them a couple of times and then sell the Bonkers CDs on. I remember the really early Bonkers ones is the ones I remember. But when you sent the track and I did a quick look at it, I love the cover on the one that you sent because it's actually the Halloween horror one. Bonkers 13. So on the front cover, it's like Freddy Krueger and Jason.
Oh
So
yeah, because
they'll
it
all
was
be-
released in October at the time. Yeah, exactly.
See, but they would be the DJs that were on the mix dressed up as them.
Oh, it may well be.
On all their covers, there was like not really anime, but like a cartoon drawing of all the DJs.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I
was a
remember
big
with
part
the
of it.
red background.
They had the big heads. They had the little bodies and the big heads. Sort of like Pop Funkos these days. You know what I mean? Although, to be fair, if they did a Sharky Pop Funko, I'd buy one. Like, it'd be hilarious.
I wonder who was who. I have to take a look at it
I'm
again.
I'm sketching through there.
Addie's on it as we go. So, what would it? So how did you get introduced to Bonkers? Where did you find Bonkers from?
As he was playing it on IMU, I recognized it instantly because I was like searching for rave compilations, and
Right.
Bonkers showed up on one of these sites back then. I got it probably off LimeWire or BearShare, but as it was playing along, he actually explained what it is about and how popular it is in the States. Like this whole UK hardcore thing was
Right.
very popular in the States at the time among candy ravers.
Yes.
And
Candy Ravers.
yeah,
Candy ravers
like
was a big thing back
they
in the
looked
day.
like Gatecrasher kids, but Gatecrasher
Lots of bangles. Lots
Yeah.
of like a whole arm full of bangles.
Oh, like the San
Used to, like,
Francisco,
yeah,
like
used
the
to
people from
swap
San
them.
Francisco
Yeah.
at the latest res.
Yeah,
They literally had bangles
Yeah,
from like
it's-
from
it's
elbow
still-
to elbow to wrist.
It's
like,
still a very big thing in
Yeah.
America. They'll like swap bangles.
oh, do
Yeah,
they?
that's the whole stick.
I've only recently started wearing bangles again because it's
Yeah.
because of chef life. Like you've got to cut them all off for chef life, don't you? But you can ones that you can put on at the end of the day. One of them is a cat collar, to be fair. Like, but yeah, those old Bonkers CDs is just something that have been passed around and passed around. Like they'd get passed from like cousin to cousin and then down to the younger brother, and they'd go round in circles, and you'd have generations of people still listening to Bonkers. I bet there's loads of people out there. If you've listened to Bonkers, in the comment, get down there, put something in the comments about which was your favourite Bonkers, and we'll talk about it in the next one.
So the cover,
Yeah,
the Freddy Krueger was definitely Sharky.
there we go.
I'm thinking Scott Brown was Dracula.
Right. Drac Brown.
Hicksy's Memories Frankenstein. And who was that? Dougal? No, Dougal was Frankenstein and Hicksy was Pinface.
Pinhead.
Pinhead, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, the cover of it's like horror themed, so get your eyes on that and have a look. The tune you've picked from that CD is from Bonkers 13.
Yeah.
Who's the tune by?
Dougal and Gammer.
Yeah.
Get Hyped.
Get Hyped.
Remix by Scott Brown.
Yeah, the Scott Brown remix is the dealio, that one. Like, so let's get a bit of Bonkers on and get everyone's first rave memories going. So on the Other Way podcast, for section 3, Julie is selected to play some Dougal and Gamma, and Addie, the tune is called.
I can't remember.
He's dropped the ball. Get hype.
Get Hyped.
Ah, well, there you go. It was the Scott Brown remix of Get High by Google and Gamma. Google and Gamma. Try saying that if you're really stoned and a Geordie and recording a podcast somewhere without sounding like you're slurring your words. Words? Hey, without sounding like you're slurring your words. Yeah, I'm getting picked on me for me dialect and that. It's proper shocking. Just because they don't have dialects in high Spen. Just, that's because of the altitude, man. You're supposed to speak normal. Up all the hills. Up all the hills on the high in the middle of nowhere. Sound, well, that was a bit of bonkers, and speaking of getting bonkers and being absolutely bonkers is now better than being at a festival, getting into the FISA, getting into the fever, and going absolutely bonkers while you're there. We love a bit of a festival.
Outdoor bonkers fun.
Yeah, outdoor bonkers fun. Outdoors bonkers noise. We should try and hit up a Happy Hardcore Festival this year, I reckon.
I'd be up for it.
You'd be up for it? Yeah,
I'm sure Q would as well.
Oh, yeah, is he not coming up for Res?
I think he is.
Oh, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've all got tickets for Res. We're working the angles. We've all got tickets for Res?
Yes, we all got tickets for Res.
Yeah, Res is going to be really fun. Some outdoor noise in Newcastle. Festival fevers. So, Julie, do you like a bit of a festival? Have you been to many?
Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
Yeah.
Mostly like metal kind of festivals.
Right, okay.
But because electronic music is more like a clubbing thing for me, but I'm seeking for festivals always.
Well, there's a good one coming up in the end of the summer.
The end of the summer?
I think it's called Lindisfarne. We don't have something to do with it.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about that. At the end of the summer, the party to end the summer at the end of August, start of September time. Adults only festival, Lindisfarne Festival, and on the Saturday night you can catch us
on the Rave,
and we will be working in presentation with Lindisfarne Festival on that. And we earlier brought you the exclusive that the first highlighter has been announced by us, and it is
Shades of Rhythm.
Oh my lord! I mean, it's ruined the first song we wanted to do for our set.
Yes, it has.
It has ruined it.
We'll have to go back and start actually thinking about things again.
Well, that's it. We'll have to find another rave classic to rip off. For the very start, now that Shades of Rhythm are going to be doing it 100 times better a couple of hours later. Let's not show ourselves up at a festival at a stage with our name on
I'd like that we wouldn't be really showing ourselves up more like Stealing Their Thunder.
Well, that's it, yeah. It mightn't go down well.
No.
It mightn't go down well.
We'll just
in any case, so what sort of thing you've seen at metal festivals? I've never been to a full-on metal festival.
Really?
But I've been,
like, even I have.
No, I've never been to a full-on metal festival, but it would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'd be down for it. I'd give it a go. I'd love to see Rammstein on a big stage like that.
Yeah, Rammstein was touring quite a lot the past few years.
Yeah, they didn't come to Newcastle, and my girlfriend doesn't like travelling. She doesn't travel well, so the thought of leaving Newcastle, even to go and see Rammstein, is a bit daunting for her. We're working on it. I'm going to take her to the zoo in Edinburgh. She wants to see an otter, so I think that's where we'll go. It's a nice, simple request. That can I see an otter? If I can see a koala and she can see an otter on the same day, that's a win-win. It's a win-win.
And you get to see that the penguin parade. That's always fun.
It would, yeah. Steph reckons she's going to steal a penguin, but if I'm not allowed to steal a koala, she's definitely not allowed to steal a penguin.
Go to Australia. There's loads that give them away.
What, the koalas?
Yeah. You look after them. You can just take them anywhere now with a fire. You just go and take them and keep them in your house. I've seen loads.
I've already donated money to one koala charity, and I got not attacked by one, but Facebook knows that I like koalas.
Oh, now you just get hit with all the koalas.
So it's all the koala stuff, and it's like, Gav, look at this picture of this koala. That's got I'm drinking out of a koala mug.
Oh, your Funko's got a koala?
Well, my Funko's got a little pet koala that follows him round. I've got a tattoo of a koala skull on the back of my leg. I love the fluffy bastards. The noise they make. It's the most unglorious noise ever. It's amazing.
They're proper grumpy cunts.
Yeah, but I got a message today, an email and a message on Facebook from the WWF, not the WWF.
You're going to hit some koalas with chairs.
That would have been amazing. But no, I got a message from them today saying for £25 I can officially be dubbed a koala protector. And I just thought that having that little title at the end of my name, degree in media and journalism, koala protector, would be amazing. So they might have suckered £25 out of us if I can get a certificate saying I'm a koala protector. I'll just laminate it and put it up on the wall somewhere. I'd love that. Official protector of the koala. But yeah, so festivals.
Went off on a tangent there.
Yeah, definitely went off on some sort of marsupial tangent. But yeah, festivals. So which ones have you actually been and seen? Even the metal ones.
I've been to the Obscene Extreme Festival. I've been to the Partisan Festival. I've been to I've been more out in summer and to see specific shows.
Yeah.
So what bands would you go to see? If there were certain bands on, would you gravitate towards that festival rather than this one, or would you just rather go to the festival in general and just see whoever's on?
No, I always definitely go for things I like.
Right.
Doesn't have to be metal. It's just like that they're the most
accessible
festivals out there, and it's like mostly the festivals in
Yeah.
that field. But there's also a lot of electronic music festivals I'm keen on. I wouldn't just know it by name, and because they always keep like there are new ones popping up, and then I'm checking out the lineup, and I'm like, okay, I should go to that one, and I have like a list of things I want to see, but obviously I'm also like keen on new artists, so the complete package is really what makes it.
Yeah, so seeing a classic act, but also getting to see someone new who you've already got a vested interest in is what you'd go for.
Exactly, or somebody new who's getting a chance to play on that festival together with artists who've been inspiring them, or many other people.
Yeah,
all in one experience, basically.
That's some of the joys of festivals, though, because you get
just seeing people that you've never seen before, like bubbling into a tent and just getting your mind absolutely blown by.
Yeah. And not knowing who it is, and trying to look through the pages and pages in your little book that tells you who's on.
Can I borrow your thing round your neck?
Can I borrow your book?
It's 6 o'clock. Who's this?
You got the time. And what stage is this? Do you want us to just go for you, mate? Like, I'll just go for you to go and see what you want to see. Whatever. Cool. Well, what is it about this tune that puts you in the festival mood? The tune that you've picked?
Once it starts getting warmer and summery, that's also like when all festivals start.
Yeah.
I thought I'd pick this tune because I get always in a kind of Armand van Helden kind of mood in summer.
Right. Puts you in that beach mood.
Exactly, because I really seek for the sun and for you don't have to go to the beach, but at least the feeling, the vibe of dressing summery.
That's funny. As you said that, the sun seems to be beating down a little bit harder, specifically onto you. If I move the flat, if you were like an inch to that side, you'd be wincing with one eye because the sun would be in your face. There you go, basking like a lizard in the sun like that.
Yeah,
taking it all in.
I'm a vitamin D junkie, and I think this track pretty much resembles that feeling.
Ah, right, okay. So this track puts you in the mood to go and listen to stuff. Or put you in the summery mood.
Yeah, exactly, and it's also the time where I'm physically the most active, like swimming, being outside as much as possible.
It's summer sort of person.
It's a remarkable house track, and I think the DJ is quite known. Also,
hell is,
yeah. And I got even a chance to ask him about this track specifically because there's a beautiful music video about it.
Right.
Which was shot in Rio, like with extravagant fashion, and the people were... You don't really see that nowadays anymore. Like, there are certain things about it, and the way it was recorded, also with the camera movements fitting exactly to the beat of the song. And the sample of it, it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes of disco. That's what this track resembles like to me.
Oh, well, there we go. There's some imagery for everyone to have in their heads while they listen to the track. So do you want to introduce the track? Tell everyone what it is they're going to be listening to?
It's Coppa from Copacabana, basically. It's Coppa by DJ Hal.
Cool. Let's get it on.
sempre uma paixão em Copacabana. Música e fashion é sempre uma paixão em Copacabana.
Well, that's a little bit of DJ help for you. The tune is called Copper from the album Music Machine, all the way back in 1998. It sounds a little bit after 1998 to me. I don't know. That might just be my ears.
Very much of its time.
Very much of its time, you're right.
Yes.
Sound, well, let's stroll into section 5 of the podcast, and section 5 is the Shared Discovery. And you have picked an artist who we both
we're excited
absolutely
about this
love.
one.
Yeah, we absolutely love this artist, and saw this artist in Newcastle in the other rooms, which is next door to Digital in town, years and years ago. Your mouth just dropped there. Have you never had a chance to see this person?
No, I wish I would.
I've seen him.
I've seen him.
Oh, multiple times.
Yeah,
double figures,
double
maybe.
figures, yeah, 10 or 12 times.
He was big in the time of breakcore.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. Now has a dog walking company.
He has a dog walking company.
That's what he does now. He does
Another dog person.
Another dog person.
Ah, there we go.
And if you're listening, Billy, where's your bear hat?
Where's your bear hat? Amazing. We, of course, are talking about Knife and Chop. We're a big fan of Knife and Chop. What is it about Knife and Chop that you love?
I think he made me love breakcore even more.
Yeah.
He's basically probably my most favorite breakcore artist out there.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I would really like to see him play live. People book him out there. He's great.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that outside of the realm of hardcore electronic music, specifically breakcore, not so much people know him internationally. At least that's what I imagine. Cause
I don't know if it's just because our group are quite eclectic in the music taste or a little bit older, but he's really quite well known about the people that
Up here, yeah.
Up here, he is really quite well known. There's a couple of really decent gigs that he did. He did one, is it in the Egypt's Cottage?
Yeah, I'd played that one as well.
You played that one as well? And then he did one of the other rooms, and the one of the other rooms was just one of the trippiest nights ever. It was flooded with, some idiot flooded it with LSD, and it just ended up being just this absolute mangled, arms waving in the air fest. And I walked over and tried to shake his hand while he was having a piss at a urinal, and then realised what I'd done. So I apologise and told him I'd speak to him later. But yeah, we love a bit of Knife and Chop, and he just is like synonymous with breakcore and a little bit of that sort of
like
booty breakcore.
Really super accessible with his use of pop samples, and then just again taking influences from everywhere and just throwing them all together, and which is what the ethos of breakcore is.
That's it. It's and some of the tracks that he's done with that really heavy bass style that he's got, the when it feels like there's a big wall of sound hitting at you, and these little clips from hip hop as well. The hip hop lyrics.
As we are starting also 2020, everything comes always in 20 years relapses kind of. So you hear in Knife and Chop like these typical 2000s kind of sounds. It's like kind of the obscure side of the 2000s in his tracks. Like,
I think a lot of people who are making breakcore these days would have went through the likes of Bong Ra Stasma the Jungle Christ, people like Knife Hand Chop and some of the stuff.
Dormouse,
Kid 606.
Kid 6, yeah.
That sort of glitchy breakcore style. Even snares.
Yeah,
as well.
Did I play with Kid 606 and Knife Hand Chop at the thing down the quayside? Outdoor.
Really?
The time bar. I definitely played with Kid 606. I can't remember if it was.
Was it the Tiger Beat night down at what's it called? Oh my god, I can't remember its name.
Time Bar.
There we go.
That was a brilliant venue when they used to do.
When they did the raves.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Mixmag vote one of the gigs there? I'm pretty sure it was Benga, like the third best gig of the decade between 2000 and 2010 or something like that.
The bass used to be that loud because it was underneath. It's outdoor, but underneath a bridge.
So the music would carry
bass, like they used to set off all the car alarms in the street, just go woo up and down.
You can imagine someone like Benga playing really bass heavy dubstep, just setting car alarms off all the way up in a biker, probably. Some amazing gigs down at that time bar before they started doing more sort of rocky and bandy stuff, didn't they?
It's been a long time since I've been down there. It's still a nice bar.
It is, yeah. So what made you want to share Knife Hand Chop with everyone?
I think everybody should know Knife Hand Chop. Everybody who's like into hardcore electronic music, everybody who wants to freak out in a different way, in an electronic kind of styled way, go for it. Check out Knife Hand Chop.
Yeah, and you can get him on Spotify. He's got millions of views.
YouTube.
Everywhere.
I
frequent him all over the place. Besides the one you've picked, are there any tunes that are your favourites?
There's so many.
There are so many.
There's a lot.
We've played a few.
Dance Mix 2000. Oh, Hooked on Ebonics.
Hooked on Ebonics.
Hooked on Ebonics and Girlfriend. It's a pretty cool one as well.
Yeah.
Or Back to Scarborough.
Yeah, Back to Scarborough. Did he do the cover of Skater Boy?
I think so. I don't know.
You don't know. You're not sure.
He played it the first time I heard it. It was on one of his mixes, but I don't. I think I'm pretty sure it was Captain Ahab that actually made it.
Oh right, okay.
But I could be wrong.
I've got like a couple of my favourites. The tune that you've actually picked is one of my absolute favourites that he does. The other one probably on the same level as Dirty New York. Just with that scathing, like relentless bass. Everybody gon' shake that ass. How do you know them hoes? I absolutely love that tune. And Knife Hand Chop's just a class one, so I'm really glad that you decided to share this.
Happy lads.
Get in. So let's stop teasing and let's play a little bit of Knife Hand Chop. The tune that's being picked is called
Tutti Frutti Booty.
Yeah.
Let me see your monkey swing. Yeah, baby. Let me see your monkey swing. You doing it, baby. How about it, baby? You doing it, baby. Now let me hear you say bounce, shake, twerk, jerk, make that fucking monkey work. Bounce, shake, twerk, jerk, make that fucking monkey work. Say bounce, shake, twerk, jerk, make that fucking monkey work. Bounce, shake, twerk, jerk, make that fucking monkey work. Say I wanna mix, sleep on the cut, swing that big old donkey butt. Apple pie, gingerbread, make that fucking monkey spray. I wanna mix, sleep on the cut, swing that big old donkey butt.
Well, I probably love that tune. That was Knife and Chop, and that was Tutte Frutte Butte. We just had a quick dig there, and YouTube and Spotify reckon that this song collectively has got around about 50k and that views, and that's just seems so small for such an absolutely banging tune. So anyone who liked that tune, get it up and get it shared on your links, and if we see you sharing it, we'll thumbs up it from the page so you all know that we are actually watching.
Thumbs up.
On the
I'm
Rave.
always watching. I'm always watching for
Addie,
Fan Shop.
Addie is always watching. But get it shared so we can get it going. But Addie, guess what?
What's that?
Somebody's used a wild card.
Someone's used the batteries, thanks.
Yeah,
Tony Fury.
Yeah, Tony Fury, the wondrous landlord, has used the batteries for a clay wheel device for his daughter for Christmas. You know, like in Ghost.
That's lazy. They've got fucking foot pedals.
No, hers is battery operated.
Oh, it's...
Well, that's what cost you the batteries for your megaphone. You've only got 2 podcasts to put up with it in, man. In any case, this is the point where Julie's chose to play her wild card and give you all a second shared discovery track. We had listened to this track beforehand, and it's such an interesting concept. How did you find this band?
It's they got like known in Berlin at the CTM festival, which is also going on once again like annually. It's happening. So. It's happening soon at the end of this month in Berlin. It's all over the place. It's got podcasts, it's got talks, it's got lots of...
like a citywide
festival, festival. More than just music, it's all about transmedia, interdisciplinary arts and everything.
Yeah.
All over the city. It's great. And they're gonna play together with Square Pusher at Berghain at the 31st of January.
Nice. I love a bit of Square Pusher on me. I know the slap bass isn't your favourite.
It's not my favourite.
I love a bit of slap bass.
So it's so obscure, like they're playing Indonesian folklore together with Gabber hardcore music.
Yeah.
Such an interesting concept. They come from Bali, then Pasta Bali. It's like this. It's kind of its own kind of place. There's so much little islands on big islands on this whole archipelago of Indonesia, and they're bringing Balinese folklore into hardcore music. It's great.
Yeah,
I've never heard something like this before.
No, that was the thing that I noted was just, I'd never heard anything like it before. It was like tantric tribal gabba.
Yeah,
was the way I would describe it. It was like just on the edge of like. About to kick the shit out of your eardrums, but it just sort of it holds off, and it's got this like nice sort of background feel to it. I thoroughly enjoyed the track, and I'll probably give them a little bit more listen. Really obscure name as well.
Yeah, Gabba modus operandi, like Gabber mode. Operandi means operating, probably in Indonesian.
Yeah.
They've been out now since how many years? I think like 2017. 2018 was their first album. Now they had their newest album released last year.
Right, yeah, the one that you picked this track from.
That's the first album.
Yeah.
I really like this track.
How would you pronounce that? Is it Pussy Max or is it supposed to be Pussy Max?
Pussy Max is the album, the first one, and this one track is called Dosa Pesar.
On The Rave podcast is available absolutely everywhere to download, and you can get in touch with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/On The Rave. You can find us on Twitter @On The Rave. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/On The Rave. We are on Instagram.
That's my favourite one then.
Where you can find us on the rave with Addie and Gav, where you can see pictures of what Addie's been doing during the week.
Shenanigans.
We are powered by Podbean
and fueled by Basement Snaxx.
Don't forget that you can go into Ridley Place, wander down that spiral staircase and scream at Dom's
On The Rave,
and she will give you 10% off all of your cookies and snacks.
Goodness.
It's good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the podcast where I ask the gentleman who once again has returned to my left to set the scene.
So, Julie Milkfist, you've just come into the rave, you've just come into Angerfist, you're going past all the croquet, I think that's how you pronounce them, Austrian chavas, with all the, you're swimming through a neon baths of chavas, and you get to the front and Angerfist drops this tune, and it's the greatest tune that you've ever heard. Are you hands in the air, or are you just screw facing down?
Screw facing down, all the way down for that one.
All the way down. Yeah. What is it that makes you a screw face? Do you just get into the music, or is it just the type of music you listen to that makes it like that?
It's just such an intense track. I just have to box the air for that one.
Box the
That's
air.
a good term.
I've never used that term before. Yeah, box the air. So you're like a double puncher, are you?
Yeah, pretty much.
With like a screwed up facial expression. Yeah, I do like it. I do like a bit of a screw face. There's a time and a place for a screw face.
There is.
Yeah.
And this is very much a screw face tune.
Yeah, that's it. Are there any tunes out there that would make you actually do an arms in the air? Or
happy hardcore.
Happy hardcore.
Stuff.
Pianos. It's all
Pianos. Yeah.
Pianos. Yeah, exactly. Piano beats.
Yeah. It's always pianos in space.
Nokiation kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Monkey. You say monkey?
Monkey?
Monkey, is that what you said?
Noki.
Oh, Noki. Sorry, I thought you said monkey.
No.
Is it new monkey?
New monkey? No.
No, I thought that's what you were saying there.
Bless the donkers, but not my stuff.
Bless the donkers. Oh, I like that. You've come up with things I'm totally going to steal going forward. So, so we've got a screw face, and what sort of music is it that makes you screw face? Is it
like intense hardcore music?
Intense hardcore music.
This one is rather slow, but it's apparently...
It's very intense.
It's very intense, and Aphex Twin did two remixes of it.
Yes, very good.
We were talking about that just before, whether or not you were going to play one of the Aphex Twin remixes or whether you were going to play the original. It's the original you picked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the original I picked. I've heard the Aphex Twin remixes before.
Uh-huh.
He even played one live at Field Day.
Yeah.
3 years ago by now.
The guy that wrote this was in Newcastle before Christmas.
PCP.
Yeah.
Masculine United, the mover.
Yeah.
The mover, yeah.
Marca Cardipana.
Yeah, he played in Newcastle not long ago. And he's up in Scotland. I will find out, because it's not that long ago. Not that long.
Yeah, not in that long. Yeah, and it's just another example. We had a guy come on the podcast, Don, come on earlier, and he said that everyone should try and get to the mover because he's just got so many aliases and he's done so many different things. And
the producer,
the tune that you've picked as well is that RNS Records, and RNS Records is just an absolute monster of a label for some of the stuff they've been putting out, like just consistently for years and years. RNS were just huge. You know, you had a good quality record when it had that little horse.
1st of February, that's Motormouth Records label night. I've had tracks out of Motormouth. Big up Al Twisted, and not only is the mover playing, but Arcadipian's playing in different rooms
in Scotland.
Yeah.
Gotta check that out.
Nice. Straight
powerful lineup.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So, what is it about this tune in particular that makes you want to box the air, as you put it?
It's exactly as the song title says. Basically, it's like a horde of aliens arrived and just announced, okay, we're taking over. It's just a great track, and apparently it's the so-called first hardcore track from Frankfurt before the whole Gabba thing started taking off.
There we go. a little bit of history for everyone on the podcast. Well, let's whack the tune on then. So we're going to have a little bit of We Have Arrived by The Mover, a.k.a.
Muscali United.
Yeah, cool. All the way out of 1992. Enjoy.
And there we go. What a fucking banger.
There we go. That was We Have Arrived.
By Muscalium United.
Yeah, from the PCP EP all the way out of 1992, as I said.
From the mighty, mighty Markor Cornerpian.
Yeah, a mighty, mighty tune as well. And I can see why that would make you want to like Lita. Although it's slower, it's still got that sort of, punch.
It's just hard. Hard kicks, which is very much lacking in modern music. Fuck up tempo, by the way.
Yeah.
Just while I'm here.
Sound well. Let's move on to section 7 of the podcast, which is the dedication section. So short and sweet. What we normally do is we'll let you say who you're going to dedicate the song to, and what the song is. So would you like to dedicate a song to someone? Who is that someone? And what tune is it that you like to play out for them on the podcast for all of our ravers to listen to?
I dedicate this song to my boyfriend Stu. It's a really cheesy one, but we danced.
Indeed it is.
Yeah.
We listened to it beforehand, and it was the cheddar. Just speaking of cheddar, you were talking about cheese earlier. This is absolute cheddar music, because you were talking about the joys of British cheddar.
Yeah. Well, I love cheesy music. I love cheese from here.
There we go.
So I've got some cheese for Stu and y'all to share.
Right.
It's from THT, True Love, it's called.
Yeah, spot on. The video is absolutely mad. We might have sat and giggled to it just before. So everyone enjoy a little bit of absolute cheese. This is for your boyfriend Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's True Love by THT.
All the things you have to do to prove your love is true is to treat me like a fantasy, then I give my love to you. What I want from you is time that will last me all my life, 'cause I know you are the one for me, and I hope I'll keep you mine. All the things you have to do to prove your love is true is to treat me like a fantasy, then I give my love to you. What I want from you is time that will last me all my life, 'cause I know you are the one for me, and I hope I'll keep you mine. All the things you have to do is to treat me like a fantasy. What I want from you is time, 'cause I know you are the one for me, and I hope I'll keep you mine. All the things you have to do to prove your love is true is to treat me like a fantasy, then I give my love to you. What I want from you is time that will last me all my life, 'cause I know you are the one for me, and I hope I'll keep you mine. All the things you have to do is to treat me like a fantasy. What I want from you is time, 'cause I know you are the one for me, and I hope I'll keep you mine.
Well, there we have it. That was a bit of dedication being played out for everyone. I
And
hope-
who doesn't like a cheesy dedication?
Well, that's it. speaking of cheesy, let's move on to the bone of contention. That is...
It's fucking guilty pleasures again.
Right, okay. So, where do you lie when it comes to guilty pleasures? Do you think guilty pleasures exist?
Not really. You've got to own
Bear
it.
in mind, we've heard this record.
Yeah, well, you've heard it, but if you own it enough, you can even stand up for that one, I think. It's just... some things I like really much ironically, but I still have to like them because it's just fearless, some tracks out there.
Right.
Like this one especially, and throughout times, student times, this was pretty much the track, the anthem of hedonism.
Right.
And for us all out there, probably, who I tortured with, listen to this song, it's great. And who vibed along with it, and I hope you all will. It's just fearless, this one.
Yeah, well, it's a very brave performance.
It's definitely something.
Yeah. It definitely.
I think it epitomises guilty pleasures as well.
Yeah, that's it. So we always say that guilty pleasures is something that you'd happily listen to, but you probably wouldn't be happy everyone else knowing that you listen to that. Is that the case with this one, or would you just own it? Would you be like, no, I love this?
I love this because it's like there's nothing like it with the opera voices and the. I mean, I hope you've seen the music video.
Oh yes, we've seen it.
It's just so weird.
It's absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely batshit crazy.
There's 2 songs out from him out there in the realms of gays in Berlin, and it's just nothing like it. Really, nothing like it. Never.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of bold choices in it. We watched the majority of the video,
just
not because of the quality, just because we were aghast at what was happening. The montage of his face being amongst the fruit.
Yes.
It was just like him and loads of bananas, and he had bananas drew on his face, and it was like, yeah, it's definitely it's as much of an eyesore as it is an eyesore. It's the way that I would probably put it.
It's an interesting choice.
It is an interesting choice. Well, let's get some guilty pleasures on. So everyone, let us know in the comments down below, or whichever way. If you want to send a tweet, you can tweet at us at On The Rave, and we will get back to you. Let us know how cheesy you reckon this is, and whether or not you'd like to admit a track like this is your guilty pleasure. The tune is by a band called Sin with Sebastian, and it is called
Golden Boy.
Yeah, let's go then. Let's have a bit of Golden Boy.
Golden boy, born to love and live for joy. I'm a golden boy. Golden boy, born to love and live for joy. I'm a golden boy.
Sebastian.
to work, I love to party, dance to trance and shake my body. Shake my body. I'm a golden, 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 golden boy, born to love and live for joy. I'm a golden boy, born to love and live for joy. I'm a golden, golden, golden boy. Golden boy. Golden boy.
Well, there you have it. That was a bit of guilty pleasures being
It certainly
played out.
was.
That was Sin with Sebastian, Golden Boy. If anyone wants another chunk of Sin with Sebastian Joy, Julie just told us that they've got another track, which is called...
Shut up and sleep with me.
There we go.
There's something for you to look at.
Yeah, so you can go and find that.
Maybe a little bit on the rave homework.
Well, that's it. We were just talking there about it and saying that it reminded us very much of Eurotrash.
Yeah.
And it was like something that you would
Pee-pee
see.
and Popo.
Yeah, Pee and Popo. Something from the very end of Eurotrash. You know, when they'd always end with a sort of really trashy Eurobeat song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it puts me in the mind of. In any case, like what it is good fun. But definitely in the realm of guilty pleasures.
Certainly is.
Sound. Let's stroll on to the next question, which is about goats. So when it comes to music, the term goat or the greatest of all time gets banded around quite quickly, quite easily. Was it a hard decision for you to pick one goat, or was it something that you knew instantly?
Strangely, it was easy.
It was easy?
Because I'm a big fan of them. And there's no, like, they're very versatile as well in their own way and very skilled. And the song is really special to me. Because it was also the first bass line I learned.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
How do you play the bass?
Just a little bit, but enough to play a few bass lines.
Enough to be able to appreciate a funky bass line beneath something.
Yeah, hurts your thumbs, man. You gotta keep the muscle memory up.
Yeah, it's like when you're playing slap bass, your thumb painful there, but it's the slap the like it's both thumbs that get knackered because this is the one that's applying pressure and that's the one you're slapping with. It yeah, a little bit of bass love. I played bass. Bass was always my instrument of choice. I just wanted that, to be in control of the boo, like the bit that actually hit someone's stomach. You know what I mean? That's what I always loved about playing the bass. Good times. It's weird. It's weird thinking about the things you did in the past, isn't it, Addie?
It certainly is.
It certainly is. Sound.
I can remember.
Not that you can remember. Not a lot of it.
I never played the bass though. So.
You didn't play the bass. Well, you remember that at least.
Well, that's something.
What did you play? Did you play an instrument?
Not really.
You just played the decks.
Yeah.
You played on Amiga.
Yes, that is kind of. I can make any noise sample that in, and then I can press QAOP.
Yeah, thump, send it over, get the Amiga on. Yeah, well, the band you picked was actually picked recently by someone else as well.
By that show, yeah.
Yeah. So it's two people in quick succession have picked this band. So it goes to show that they do have an overall influence on that. Do you want to tell people? Tell people who the band is, and then why in particular that you've got love for this band.
There's no one like them, like the Beastie Boys. Punk, funk, great instrumentals, and great MCing, all their own kind of charismatic voice out there, snapping, like in your face kind of style, but also capable of mellow things, and big discography, really funny guys as well, great performance, great live performances as well, like the music videos, the costumes, what they did with interviewers, their lyrics, and everything around it, the whole subculture, skating, street art, everything around it is just, they are presenting New York quite well, and they're like a fusion of punk and hip-hop, and there's nothing like them. They're really, really special. Very talented, and it's a shame what happened to Adam Yauch, but they have a memorial for him.
Yeah.
And it's quite honorable of them that they kind of kept it low ever since.
Yeah, that's it. They don't want to do it without him, do they? So
no.
There was something that they always preached was their unity and how it was like the conglomerate. It was all of them together and
Make that
obviously,
magic.
yeah, and working with the fabulous Mixmaster Mike.
Yes.
Who's just unbelievable at what he does. Like, he's just one of the best craftsmen of a turntable in the world.
Yeah,
like,
true.
And has been for a long time.
Mm.
Like to just, he just is. He's amazing, and there's something about the Beastie Boys that has sort of changed over the generations. They started with their punky sound, and then you got the more hip hoppy sound, the classic hip hoppy with the big crashing drums and the samples of someone else, and then the newer stuff as well that was coming out, like Intergalactic, was just so different from a lot of the stuff that was out there, and just
I just played that today. Well, the drum and bass, Prisoners of Technology remix of it.
Ah, well, there we go. There's the one for everyone to go and find. So, like, when did you start appreciating the Beastie Boys? Is it something that you've always...
At a very young age. I mean, of course, it was always the music videos which, first of all, attracted me on MTV, and then later on I got the chance to actually dig deeper into their discography.
Yeah.
And the whole vibe you get off it as well, the friendship, the energy, you can't, energy never lies.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what I learned from the Beastie Boys ever since.
Yeah, that's it. And they've always been big performers. So what is it about the tune that you've picked that you think best represents the Beastie Boys? Or is it because this is a special tune to you and you've picked it for that reason?
I think this could be a special tune to anyone who is also like familiar with the music, but the lyrics also speak for themselves. I think no matter how well off you are or how bad you're doing, how prosperous you are or financially tortured, in any kind of situation, this song always lifts me up, like right back on my feet. It's called Gratitude.
It is. Cool. Well, let's get it played for everyone. Classic from the Beastie Boys from all the way back in 1992 from the amazing Check Your Head. That was Gratitude, and again, just one of those songs that are synonymous with the Beastie Boys, and a reason why they're great, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Indeed it is. Right, well, we've got to the end of another one of these amazing podcasts. It's been lovely sitting down and getting to chat with you.
Yes, thank you, Julie.
Julie MilkFist. To this day, he's jiggling at that. He's having a giggle because that is such a good DJ name. MilkFist. I love it. I love it. Let's start talking about personal anthems. So, are there songs out there that like people might associate with you, or is there one song out there that's like that one tune that'll always lift your spirits, or it just encapsulates you as one? Like, what one tune is your personal anthem and why?
This one track by Human Resource is like a really special one to me because it was the one which elevated my sports addiction kinda. It's not about what you do. It's more about how you do it and how much you enjoy movement.
Yeah.
So when I started buying like weights after cardio, I just started playing that song, moving along to it in the right, because it has the exact right BPM to either lift or do cardio.
Look, absolutely does work. You can do it in your head. You can do alternative arms. So, it totally does work to everything, doesn't it?
And it's quite a confidence booster as well, and it helps me so much at when I'm doing my usual sets and stuff. So this one track is a real good one for getting physical.
For getting physical? That's a good way of putting it. It's a good way of putting it. Do you know what? There are hundreds of remixes of this track.
There is?
There really, really are. There's so many different versions. Which one you were talking about one earlier? Or were you? You were, weren't you?
I don't know. The Panacea's done a banger one.
That was it. There we go. We're talking about the hard drum and bass one, the Panacea one. But there's just so many people have done their take on this one tune that, like, we were wondering whether or not there was a tune that had been like done so many times, and it's one of those absolute classics because you can squeeze it into a lot of different sets, can't you?
Yeah.
Like smiling and nodding, as you know, that's gonna squeeze in, and it's got that unmistakable vocal line that everyone knows. Like everyone knows a bit of what's going on with that vocal line. Mint. Well, as I said, it's been wonderful sitting down and having a chat with you. We'll look forward to hearing more about this night you're going to be putting on in Newcastle.
Hopefully,
yeah. We'll get everyone keep an eye out for what's going on, and we'll obviously share what's going on. But for now, this is the final track selected by you on the podcast. Thanks for coming back over to Biker. It wasn't far for you, but thanks for coming in and coming to chat with you. Would you like to announce the name of the song for everyone before you go?
Yeah. This is Dominator by Human Resource.
Wanna kiss myself? Wanna kiss myself? Wanna kiss myself. Wanna kiss myself. I'm the one and only dominator. I'm the one and only dominator. Wanna kiss myself. I'm bigger and bolder and rougher and tougher. In other words, suckers, there is no other. No other. I'm bigger and bolder and rougher and tougher. In other words, suckers, there is no other. I'm the one and only dominator. I'm the one and only dominator. Wanna kiss myself. I'm the one and only dominator. 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 I'm the one and only dominator.
The On the Rave podcast is available absolutely everywhere to download, and you can get in touch with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/On the Rave. You can find us on Twitter @On the Rave. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/On the Rave. We are on Instagram.
That's my favourite one then.
Where you can find us on the Rave with Addie and Gav, where you can see pictures of what Addie's been doing during the week.
Shenanigans.
We are powered by Podbean
and fueled by Basement Snaxx.
Don't forget that you can go into Ridley Place, wander down that spiral staircase and scream at Dom's
On the Rave,
and she will give you 10% off all of your cookies and snacks. Oh,
goodness.
It's good. Well, for the first time on the podcast, that was a bit of Dominator, and that was the final track being played out by JULIE MILKFIST. What a lovely woman that we just sat in a conversation with.
Lovely lass.
Lovely lass.
Honorary Geordie.
That's it, yeah. That was number 32 of these Hardcore Histories. Can you believe we've done that many?
Flying by.
Absolutely. Flying by. And don't forget that you can all get involved with what's going on. We've announced all the social media bits and pieces, and a massive thanks again to the people who are helping on Patreon, especially to our newest Patreon, Anthony Cook. Lovely bloke by all sounds of it. We will be getting back in touch. Anthony will be doing his episode going forward, because that's the promise. If you join Patreon, you get to do a show
all to yourself.
All to yourselves. And this episode is, of course, dedicated to him. So thank you for contributing to our cause. It is very, very much appreciated. But as always, we will end this show with what is Addie's favourite moment of every show, which is a little bit of science. A little bit of the science. So, Addie, a little bit of the science. So, Addie, what are you going to be playing out for everyone today?
This week, he's redeemed himself in my eyes after a lull of average tunes, in my personal opinion. I heard this on a mix very recently, and boy, it blew me away. And it took a Matthew Ruckus to tell us what the track was called.
Oh, hello, Matt.
But this is scientific as fuck. And this is Current Value, Silly Serious.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and listening to the show. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the new announcements regarding the hookup with Lindisfarne. But that being said, my name is Gav.
I'm Addie.
And we are now officially
off the rave. On the Rave!
Hi, this is Mark Archer from Alternate.
Hi, this is Ian from Dream Frequency.
This is Slipmat, and you're in tune to the On the Rave.
On the Rave.
On the Rave!
Podcast.
Watch your bass fins, I'm telling you.